There we go. Bam.
Anderson, good news.
Let there be light!
You can get to the cell block now, but the shaded hostiles that were in there are on the loose.
Of course they are! Why would they not be? It's not like they could take a fucking vacation! I think not, bitcheroni. I think not, Chief. Hey, I passed you in the hallway, dickhead. You were dead, asshole. Oh, Jukes. Skills? That was a late reaction on my part. Because, like, there's times where I've realized I've been dodging a little bit early.
We're coming down.
Excuse me, bitch? Fucking excuse you? I'm gonna give you some restless dreams in a minute if you don't fucking quit sassing me. Oh, I see it. I know where it is. It's right fucking there. Oh, dude, no, that is ass. You can get the fuck off of here with that. Get the fuck out of here with that. You fucking cunt bitch. Fuck you. God, this enemy sucks, dude. This enemy's stupid as shit. That's dumb as fuck. I dodged literally like twice to get away from it, and it still grabs me. Fuck off. Garbage enemy design. Really dog shit. Really, really doofy. It's fine though, she's dead. Those things are also entirely far too fucking tanky. Maybe I should have pulled out the rifle on it. Maybe that's my own fucking fault, really. I mean, if anything, you know what? Yeah, if anything, they got me some inventory space. Now I can go pick up all those medical supplies that I was overlooking before. Stupid that I have to waste them for shit like that, though. Like, I hate that in video games. Like, you know when you react correctly? Like, you know when you, like, prompt something and then you get punished for it for no reason? I hate that shit. It just makes me not want to play your game. If your combat is that fucking terrible, it just makes me not want to fucking play it. It's really dumb. Like, I don't understand how it's so difficult to create a combat engine that is consistent and fucking works well. It's always been a really big pet peeve of mine. And it doesn't honestly get any better with this game. I like games with the dodge functionality, like Dark Souls and stuff like that, because it's almost entirely a learning experience. FromSoft has a tendency of fucking you over with camera and, like, body block physics and shit. Like, physicality of objects forcing you into poor situations and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of boundary and relation issue, but, like, other than that, it's purely adaptive. And every game with the dodge mechanic, like God of War Ragnarok and, like, God of War 2018 and stuff like that, like, everything with the dodge should be purely, like, adaptive. Instead of, oh, like, you dodge 3 times, 4 times, and, like, you still get grabbed by enemies. It's like, fuck off. Like, I was in a fucking hallway. Where else was I supposed to dodge to? The side? Into a gurney? Like, no, I can't dodge anywhere else. Don't put enemies that are gonna be fucking obstructive by environment that you need to be able to dodge different ways. It's just poor plotting. Like, it's not good. Like, maybe I'm entirely too analytical. Maybe I'm, like, diving way too deep into the construction of the game, but it is kind of stupid. And it is a little bit doofy, admittedly. And it's one of the big drawbacks from this game, I think. What, there's handgun ammo? What about being trapped in a closet?
What's going on?
We had a hell of a time avoiding those taken. Ended up back here.
You moved like 5 feet. I went into the spooky basement. What's your excuse?
As well. They're the ringleaders of the cult of the tree. Don't let your guard down.
Oh.
Is the FBC sending any help?
So the Coscullas are downstairs?
We're the help. Well, us in the lake house. But we still have bureau gear specifically engineered to fight this threat. It's stored in the back lot. We were setting it up when the Taken interrupted us. We have light arrays, a containment cell, etc., etc. We are not out of this fight yet.
Wish me luck.
According to the luck and probability department, it's statistically bad luck to wish people good luck during a crisis.
Thanks.
Saga! Fucking FBI, FBC, you government fucks all fucking this up for us! Let us the fuck out!
You're the leaders of the cult. You're not going anywhere.
Okay.
We ruined everything. Get rid of him, Saga! You fucking shot me. Typical government stooge.
What do you mean the sheriff's station keys wouldn't open the cells? Are you serious? Out of all the keys they have on that key ring, you're telling me that not a single one of them would open one of these jail cell doors?
Let us out.
Oh, is this a manuscript page?
We can take care of this.
Why are they bitching about toilet paper rolls when they have Alan Wake's manuscript pages? That's what I want to know. Wait, who's this guy? Oh, it's Wake.
Saga.
He actually does look like Rick Grimes, I'm not gonna lie. He actually kind of does.
You wrote Logan into the story.
Yeah.
You told me yourself. From the dark place.
Listen, Scratch is coming. He's close. He's almost here.
My daughter is dead because of you. She's a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to fix this. I will fix this. I'll save everyone, but we're running out of time. I need the clicker.
I have the clicker. You will fix this. You
Okay,
will
maybe
save my
before
daughter.
we give Alan the clicker, let's go back to our box and get a fuck ton of healing items if we're gonna be fighting Mr. Scratch or whatever his name is.
Hurry!
The big black dark man of mystery. Oh, too late. Oh, he is Scratch, isn't he?
There it is.
So if I gave him the clicker, we'd be fucked, right?
Fucker, I'm gonna fucking destroy you!
Oh, so Alan Wake and Scratch are a double entity, and like the cult was trying to stop him, like I thought before. Oh shit. Also, he just one-shot, bro? His commercials weren't that bad, dude. Oh lord.
It's Scratch. He was pretending to be Wade. The plan is fucked. The best come in. Scratch is here.
Where's my rifle?
Stop him.
Bad news. The containment unit isn't set, but the light array should affect him.
How do I activate the lights?
I can turn them on from here, but you need to prime the 3 power cores first. The glowing FBC generator kicks.
I found the lights. How do I activate them?
I can turn them on from here, but you need to prime the 3 power cores first. The glowing FBC.
See, that's fucking dumb. Don't throw me into a boss fight and then fucking punish me with needing to equip shit for my inventory. Just have it be a quick slot. How am I supposed to turn the things on if he's up my ass? Oh, let me guess. Get him in the light, right? Yeah, that's fucking stupid. The dodge in this game is fucking donkey shit, dude. It doesn't work half the time. How am I supposed to turn the fucking light on if he's constantly up my ass, video game? She says there's gotta be a way to slow him down, and I assume that to be with the light arrays, but I can't turn the light arrays on with him constantly up my ass. What do you want me to do? Can I slow him down by shooting him? Yeah, shooting him seems to not do very much. Oh, never mind, that did slow him down, okay. And now he's right up my fucking ass again.
He's too fast.
What do you mean he's too fast? I just slowed him down. Or is he just gonna impede me from, like, turning the arrays on every single time? I don't get this fight, dude. I do not understand. Well, be more clear with your fucking video game design, guys. It's really not that hard. I'm sorry, but it isn't. It's not that difficult. I don't know what more you want me to do. I'm shooting him. I'm trying to slow him down. He doesn't slow down. Flashlight? If this game does that shit to me one more time, I'm not playing it anymore. I'm not kidding. I'm getting really tired of that bullshit. It's not fucking fun, dude. I'm experimenting with your boss. I'm using the environment. I'm fucking shooting him. I'm shining him with the flashlight. Nothing seems to work. Sure, dude. Sure. Nice boss you got here, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but could these fucking idiots learn how to make a game? Like, it's been so good aside from this stupid horse shit. And now all of a sudden he's just fucked off entirely. I don't understand. Do I gotta just pump him with damage until? Also, his teleporting bullshit needs to take a hike. That's bullcrap. Like, how am I supposed to tell when he's going to teleport? Okay, that doesn't appear to do anything to him. I need to equip the rifle, but I can't get 2 seconds away from him. Dude, I'm trying to equip the rifle and get out of the menu. I can't do it in time with how aggressive your boss is. Dude, fuck this bullshit, seriously. Gotta be joking me with this horse shit. Wait, so when he emits scary noises, does that mean that I have a break? I think that means that I have a break, yeah. Okay, so that's how this works. It's hard to tell whether or not shooting your boss actually affects him. Especially when she says, I need to slow him down and stuff like that. It's kind of just poor design, honestly. That's the scary noise. Run over here, hit the generator. Okay, now that I know what I'm doing, this isn't so bad. That's really scary, though, I ain't gonna lie. He's really imposing. It's just the way the game mechanically works, and like the combat design and stuff like that, it's not as immersive as you'd want it to be.
He'll be back.
So I just delayed him for a bit, right?
What the fuck do we do now?
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. That's mechanically really fucking poor. I wasted a lot of items right there simply because of trial and error, and I didn't know what to do. I don't know how I'm expected to know what to do when nothing I'm doing is working, and nothing is, like, giving me any indication of what works and what doesn't.
He almost got the clicker from me.
That's kind of fucking admittedly terrible. Like, that could have been designed a hell of a lot better.
Get this so wrong.
It's not even a cool fight. It's not very immersive. Like, the atmosphere is great, and the presentation is good, but, like, the Remedy combat engine and, like, the way the tone feels, like, in gameplay, it just feels like it's a really good premise, but it's watered down by shit gameplay. Like, honestly. The dodge mechanic not being fucking useful, like him teleporting instantly and fucking magically slashing at you at light speed, and, like, you not being able to, like, do shit in your inventory is just really unnecessary and gratuitous, and it bogs the game down considerably. It's frustrating dealing with components like that that make up a combat engine and makes up, like, the forefront of your game. It's a great game, like, presentatively, it's a great game. Like, the presentation in this game is fucking awesome, it really is, but the combat is fucking, like, some of the worst. I don't want to say it's some of the worst combat ever, it's just, it's not as consistent as you'd like it to be. It just isn't. It's a good thing I went and stockpiled healing items, so I went and took care of all the remaining Colt stashes off screen. And that's also why I have, like, 10 million rifle rounds. But I took a lot of unnecessary damage in that fight just simply through experimentation and trial and error. And there's a certain component and a amount of that that is good to be worked in, and there's a certain amount of it that's just like, why do you do this?
I'm sorry about your brother, Elmo.
Yaakov was all heart. He always was.
More like he was all blood and fucking meat corpse. Because Scratch fucking lived up to his namesake and fucking took that bitch out. He went straight for the jugular. That's one way to shank a bitch in a prison cell.
I realize it's a bad time. But I need you to tell me everything about the cult of the tree.
I'm sorry for bitching about that fight. It's just, I don't understand why they would do it like that.
Look, what kind of a cult calls themselves a cult?
Like, I hate to say this, but every fight in this game would have been infinitely better in a Resident Evil title.
Secret neighborhood watch.
I would say that the best boss so far would have been the old lady in the sewer.
Horror inside the lake.
I think was the best presentation for a boss fight so far. The twin guys was also a pretty cool fight.
Taken. You kill the ones who already have. You were trying to kill Alan Wake. Why?
Nothing good has ever come out of Cauldron Lake. The nightmare that hit Bright Falls in 2010 was all because of his writing. And ever since then, pages of his stories are floating up from the lake, and monsters keep popping out.
So I was right in my theory earlier that they were trying to stop Wake.
No one will.
I didn't think they were a murder cult simply for being a murder cult. That seemed like way too simple of a
We'll
premise.
stop him.
I've never heard of anyone called
But
Scratch.
the cult having a direct tie to Wake and a influence, or being influenced by his writing,
Around here, I've always known about Cauldron
was a deeper,
Lake. For us,
more likely construct.
when I inherited the mission, I wanted to call it a cult. It was genius.
Yeah, that's one way to get people to join.
Work. Made people
Like, do you think the KKK would have half as many members if they didn't go around calling themselves a cult?
is a
I don't
great
think so.
motivator.
Ready then. Okay, well we've talked to Ilmo. Not the cuddly red guy, I mean Ilmo. Oh wait, is that his corpse on the gurney right there? Yeah, it is. Probably. Okay, let's go back to the mind space. Oh yeah, something else I wanted to show you guys. I got a fuck ton of lunch pails off screen that I had missed. Ooh. Stand still and aim steadily at a target to drastically reduce kickback and minimize pellet spread for increased damage. Move faster while aiming. Hold the fire button to activate auto-fire mode. Significantly increases the rate of fire. So had I known that I was going to get another weapon, I likely would have saved a shit ton of manuscript pages from the lunchboxes to invest into the pump shotty. Okay, so we can do some no profiling on the Coskellas, and we can do some more profiling on Wake, so let's go ahead and do that.
Is he telling the truth?
Surplus deer masks by in bulk. Put them ashore. A taken on the shore. Call the gang up.
I don't mean to come off so bitchy, but like I hope it's being perceived as more analytical and deconstructive of the elements that they're trying to work in, rather than just saying this is bad because, you know. So it's like, I get the presentation they were going for, but like the way that it routed and the way that it was progressively natured was not great.
And why did Nightingale turn into one?
Private party.
It's just kind of fucking stupid when you're getting the feeling that you need to look up a walkthrough to fight a boss in a video game because nothing is making sense. That means it was presented poor.
Job half done.
Either that or the person is just really stupid, and it might admittedly be a mix of both, but when I was shooting him, he didn't appear to be taking any damage, so I didn't think that, like, he was combatable even after shining him with the flashlight, and I was like, okay, I get that I have to slow him down. I tried shooting him, but shooting him doesn't work. I tried shining the light on him, and that didn't have any effect either. So, like, trying to run around and do all the lights or whatever, and him just interrupting me every single fucking time with me not knowing any better is kinda doofy. What's up, Brady? We just fought Scratch, and it was admittedly kind of a shit fight. But again, I hope it comes off as more deconstructive and like analytical and like looking at the way that things are made and generated. And I've fought some bosses like that. Like I had a similar case in Luigi's Mansion 3 when I was fighting the cat and when I was fighting the planter ghost and the night guy. It's the same kind of thing there as it is here. It's just like there's no indication of what you're doing is correct or wrong. So you don't know what logic to throw out the window and what to pursue. You know what I mean?
Is it possible he's still there?
The big apple in an ocean of darkness. Gone diving. Note from my editor. You're using the wrong tense. Trapped in a loop.
This game is pretty tense.
Friends will meet him when I'm gone.
Yeah, so honestly, what I want to say about this game is that my
Maybe he
idea of the combat, like my hang-up with the game is the combat. The combat is fucking trash. The dodge mechanic is not as consistent as you would like. It seems like properties and values of enemies are like drastically different at times. There's certain situations where situationally you cannot dodge away no matter what you decide to try to do. And it just seems like you're bogged down by the game's combat mechanics, and it's not very good. Didn't see you streaming because I messaged you asking if you wanted to do some shit like Borderlands 2 or something later. Yeah, we can do Borderlands 2 after. I'm totally down for that. I'm not going to be tired for a while, so. Okay, so let's do these cases real quick. Okay. I like how she makes, like, an audible kind of, like, noise when you get something wrong.
Trapped in the dark place. He's been reaching out, communicating with me.
No, Alan Wake is trapped on digital only because they didn't make a physical copy. Okay. Let's put that there. Brady, also, you're going to want to get used to this mechanic because it is a requirement. You need to do this a lot. Their goals were the same. Could mean Scratch and Wake are one and the same or just a coincidence? No, they're probably one and the same. So I'm guessing Scratch is like the manifestation mentally projected from Alan's writing, or like the way he writes his stories, and the stories are trying to take control. I think. So Alan Wake is like aware that him and Scratch are the same person, but like Scratch's influence is happening because like his stories are manifesting. So like that darkness is trying to overtake reality, I think.
Scratch pretended to be Wake to trick us.
He almost won me over. I should have trusted my gut.
Should have trusted your barber to give you a proper haircut, dude. You look like Mondo from Danganronpa.
Came at me in the woods. I saw a face inside it.
So I really like the story presentation of this game. The narrative is really, 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 really solid. It's a really good narrative. Like, I honestly think the narrative is one of the best that I've played in a while. It's really, really good. It's presented really well. It's organic. It's easily discernible as you play the game and progress narratively, even though it seems really compoundingly confusing at first. And that's really good for a horror narrative. So I think that the horror narrative was expertly driven. Forgot I have a laptop, so I can use that at home. So if you want to teach me editing videos, we can. I don't need you. I don't need to teach you editing videos. It's literally just trimming shit. Kind of like with Paint Tool Sai. Like, Woody literally just gave me Paint Tool Sai and showed me some basics, and then I figured the rest out for myself. And you're gonna need to do that at some point. Like, I could take the time to walk you through everything, but it's a matter of, I don't think it's better if you learn it yourself, but if I show you basics, you should experiment and try different things from, like, your own perspective in your own way. That way you're not just, like, replicating the way that I go about things. Not in a matter of, like, I don't want you copying what I do, but it's, you might be able to teach me some shit if you, like, learn shit yourself. You know what I mean?
It's my mind place. He's powerful. Too powerful. Just his presence here makes me feel sick. Like a
Also,
terror through my head.
part of video editing, the horror that I want to keep you from, is that it gets really nitty-gritty, and there's a lot of easier ways to do things, and there's a lot of ways to overcomplicate the process and make it take 50 times longer. And it's really, really difficult to be able to explain shit, at least for me, because, like, I have social anxiety, and I'm terrible with words, and I'm dyslexic as fuck, and I mix shit around all the time. And it might be hard to keep track of, because if I tell you something, and, like, you don't get it, or, like, it doesn't make sense to you, and then I have to dip into the details and specifics of it and reiterate like 1,000 different things, it might just overcomplicate and oversaturate the process, if you know what I mean. So it might be more organic for you if you just do it yourself and get a grip on it. But, like, I don't use any complicated software or anything. I don't use any online video stuff. I literally just use the built-in programs that come with my PC and stuff like that. And I do minor editing work on a... I guess I do minor editing work on, like, one website, but it's not, like, heavy editing work like you would imagine it is. Ooh, what's this place? It says it's open. Is it actually open, or does it just say it's open? Business hours. So you're not open then, are you, ass? I wanted some fucking camping gear. Dicks. Okay, then. So, what are our goals? Talk to Estevez and come up with a new plan. So now I guess we're formulating a plan to be able to take Scratch out of the picture, right? How's Alan Wake 2? It's a good game, but the combat fucking blows. Like, the combat of this game is its biggest drawback, by far. Like, it feels light and loosey-goosey, and not in a good way. Like, how do I word this? Like, the presentation is great, And the dodge is fluid and it's good. It's like how you'd want a dodge to work, but it's purely physical property. It's not a matter of iframes. And if you're going to incorporate a dodge mechanic into your game, go for iframes. I know they're trying to go for realism here. So, like, let's say I was getting a wave shot at me and I did a dodge. If I'm not fully physically out of the way of that wave, I'm getting hit, no matter what. And sometimes you're impeded by desks, sometimes you're impeded by doors, sometimes you're impeded by gurneys, and, like, you just can't dodge something. Like, there's just situationally times that you'll find yourself obstructed by things, and there's no fucking way to get around it. And it's essentially like force damage, and it's not good. It's very, very cumbersome, and it's very frustrating, and it bogs the game down. So, they could have made the combat heavier. Like, they could have added more weight to the combat, but kept the dodge light, and, like, had it feel like you're actually bobbing and weaving, instead of, like, bobbing on water. Like, the combat of this game feels like you're drowning in an ocean, but you're held up by a life preserver. Like, that's kind of how the combat feels, if I had to describe it. And it's weird to hear until you play it for yourself. And then you play it for yourself and you realize exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And it's just... I would rather drown a bit and have the combat and the mechanics feel like they're expertly interwoven to support one another, and get fucked for my own mistakes, rather than feel like I'm at a disadvantage because the game is just one-dimensionally making me bob on a surface of water, if that makes sense. It's a weird metaphor, but hopefully it makes sense.
My family, me, the whole.
But I do think the narrative is really good. I think the color and transition work is phenomenal. The other side, or whatever, the dark place, like the overlaps or whatever they're called, are really, 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 really cool. The bosses are absolute kind of disappointments.
Like this, right?
Again, because of the combat, and they're not very imaginative.
You brought a paranatural object in here without telling me, and then almost handed it over to a hostile entity?
I didn't know if I could trust you.
So, the bosses kind of suck. Again, but I feel like that's not because the bosses are bad or anything. I think it's just because the game lacks combat depth.
Let's start acting like we're on the same side, yeah?
Okay, well, if we're gonna act like we're on the same side, maybe not tell me to go fuck myself? Huh?
So tell me what I'm missing.
She looks like she's gone 5 days without coffee. There's a thermos right there, lady. Either that, or she's had entirely too much coffee. Look at her eyes, dude.
Consider yourself deputized into the Federal Bureau of Control. Here's a key to the cell where we keep the files. Happy reading.
Okay.
I kind of like her attitude, though. She has, like, a disposition that I really like.
Go team.
Like, her presentation is really great. She's, like, sarcastic but enthusiastic at the same time.
It made it so my daughter died here. Even though
Like, she just walks into the office and she's like, and everybody's like, how's it going, Susan? And she's like, well, I just got my car towed, it got impacted, I got rear-ended by some fucking dickhead in the parking lot that shouldn't have even been there, and I, have to go pick up my kid from kindergarten, but my husband is out drunk again, and he's been on a bender with some friends, and it's been 6 days, and I don't know what the fuck's going on with him.
The whole thing is a nightmare.
And now I have to come into work and deal with you shit cunts, and I have to file 400 papers by this afternoon, or President Steve is gonna get up my chuff. So yeah, it's going swimming. Like, she seems like that. I like it.
Karen, you're better off.
Oh, ex-wife, sorry. Sorry for assuming you had a husband. You work in a police department and you're constantly depressed. I'm sorry. I thought you had an alcoholic husband. Excuse me. Sorry, Kieran. More like Karen, because you want to be a massive bitch.